There's something about the suffering of somebody else that some people experience pleasure from. And so perhaps that is you. You're cheering for the train wreck that is Mr. Mike. And so somehow watching Mr. Mike's train wreck makes you feel better about your own life.
This is a brain rot special.
Tiamat's cooking in the basement.
All right. Got my coat, got my stuff.
Did Mike just say he's got his cope? He's got his cope. That he does.
Time to go train.
And so he drives from his apartment to his home gym at his house, of which he doesn't live inside of. You tell me why.
I am maintaining / slow gaining after getting down to about 6% body fat in this diet.
And so Mike, he got down to 6% body fat, 8, and now he's main gaining. Although it's really a lean bulk because it's 6% body fat or 8. It's kind of too lean to maintain that level of leanness. And so he's going in a small calorie surplus so that he can put on a little bit of fat, but putting on mostly muscle. And so it's a lean bulk. Main gaining, I wouldn't recommend you do when you're as lean as Mike. I'm suggesting main gaining when you're at a healthy body fat percentage for you. Mike is not healthy. Let's leave it at that.
Mega Fit meal. I have chicken breast, veggies, and rice.
And so Mike is eating a microwavable meal. There it is. You know, all the success. What is Mike? He's got, 4 million followers, give or take, millions of dollars, butlers, perhaps a personal chef, I don't know. Meal one is it's a microwavable meal. Put it in the microwave, and voila. I don't know about you, but if Mike worked even remotely as hard as I did to amass whatever I have, why would he be eating microwavable meals when he doesn't have to? Like, Mike, buy my cookbook and get yourself a personal chef and say, go to town and make meal one. Whatever it is that you want, the blueberry French toast. And so what would be the point of working so hard and getting millions of dollars, fame, all the accolades, if you have to live like Mr. Mike? He's living like a first-year frat boy in university and not even getting girls popping their pussy for him. I mean, at least get girls to pop the pussy. But without that, what is the point?
I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
And so, Mike, if only he could be a white boy at those frat houses where Akash's wife was popping her pussy, at least he'd have something to brag about.
And then precisely 5 slices of dark rye bread.
I mean, it's just delicious. A microwavable meal with 5 slices of bread on the side with nothing on it. Just some bread. Rye bread that you got at your local grocery store. This is the diet of the man responsible for RP Renaissance. Really? Bro, ferme ta gueule. Diverti, ça va rentrer. Don't listen to Mr. Mike. This is your savior, your hero. Who you want to become? Come. Or is it perhaps this? You're all watching Mike for the train wreck that he is. Because you want to watch someone successful who's got a way worse life than you. And so it makes you feel good. I was watching Andrew Huberman posting about people like watching people suffer. There's a certain sense of triggering a dopamine. There's something about the suffering of somebody else that some people experience pleasure from. And so perhaps that is you. You're cheering for the train wreck that is Mr. Mike. And so somehow watching Mr. Mike's train wreck makes you feel better about your own life.
And it tastes like anything, better than anything I would make.
And so apparently it tastes better than anything that he could make, only because he doesn't have Coach Greg's cookbook. If he had it, he very easily could make every single recipe better than what he's eating right now. Why is there a slow-mo of Mike chewing? Nobody, and I repeat, no one wanted to see that. Not even bro he swiped right on Grindr.
Have a decaf coffee with a chocolate, as the French say.
No, les Français ne disent ça. Non, on ne dit pas ça. On ne dit pas ça. Ce n'est pas ça, Monsieur Mike. On ne dit pas ça.
which for me means pure protein, chocolate-flavored protein bars, precisely 4 of them.
I mean, if this doesn't prove Mike knows nothing about dieting, and remember like 5 years ago, I was on that debate with Mr. Mike, and he actually thought he knew more about dieting than Coach Greg. It was 5 years ago. It was on Omar Yusuf's channel. If that doesn't prove retroactively that I knew more than Mr. Mike about dieting, then what actually would? Exhibit A. I have multiple cookbooks that make sense and an IFBB Pro card, and I'm not abusing terzipatide and retatrutide and all the peptides in order to lose weight, nor did I need to suck out my fat cells from a dreamer bulk in my 20s. Exhibit B, Mike has 4 pure protein bars and decaf coffee. And then he says chocolaté. Un café de chocolat, ce n'est pas bien. Yo no necesita beber café. Es loco este hombre. And so perhaps Mike in a year, he could speak better French and Spanish than Coach Greg. But what he doesn't know is more about nutrition and dieting than me.
I'm both on a raw IQ scale smarter than almost every coach, maybe every coach.
Doesn't even know that the Seco bar is a way better choice than pure protein. And so if you're interested in the Seco bar, it's code Greg for 50% off.
But I'm adding bread to that equation.
And so sorry, it's 4 protein bars and 5 slices of that rye bread just out of the pack. This is the diet of a multimillionaire who's not even dieting for competition. This is his lean bulk.
It's hot water. Sure, it's not actually hot. It's really kind of lukewarm, and I have low expectations for myself and everything around me.
I mean, that's the first thing he said right all day. Weak expectations for himself and the people around him. Yeah, that is very clear. I mean, bro, in the PhD thesis, I mean, we already knew you have no expectations for yourself.
Between sets, I walk around the gym and do steps. I do steps going shopping, into and out of the car, the whole thing. And so I typically have about 4,000 steps a day out of my 10,000 daily step goal.
Let me remind you that walking is not cardio. Steps is not cardio. It's zone 1 NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And so it's the same as movement. Like when I make videos, I'm burning calories, but I don't say I have to make 3 hours of videos a day, to add up to my calorie burn. And FYI, this is doing absolutely nothing for his fitness. It's not improving his fitness. It's not giving him a workout. It's not improving his heart health. It's not improving anything. It's not a challenge. And so Mr. Mike, who invented Renaissance Periodisation, does he not understand progressive overload? I mean, I simplified it and said harder than last time. Is it harder than last time or progressive overload to walk around? That's what he does. He walks around. 10,000 steps a day. Is he increasing steps? Is he increasing the incline of the walk? Is he running? We all know that Mike cannot run. And so he's just burning up some energy. He's doing this. He could say, hey, for 40 minutes, I do this. And it would be just as valid as doing his walking. Why? Why can't he do some cardio? 150 minutes of zone 2 cardio each and every week. Zone 1 for a 41-year-old man who has muscle and is not an obese piece of shit. Well, he is. Who's not a morbidly obese fat man who has some form of cardiovascular or cardiorespiratory illness. It's not enough. And so Mike should be trying to be a good role model to other people who are perhaps buying his app and saying, hey, I lead by example. I'm doing zone 2. I do 150 minutes a week. Perhaps he does 30 minutes 6 or 7 days a week, which would be more than the minimum standard. He's not even doing the minimum, and so why do you think he had to get that surgery? If Mike were doing zone 2 cardio instead of zone 1, he would have burnt more calories, he would have been in a greater deficit, he would have burned off those layers of body fat on his body. He wouldn't have needed the surgery, but because he chose to be a lazy piece of shit, and remember, as one famous individual, Dorian Yates, once said, A bag of shit that gets bigger is just a bigger bag of shit. And so when Mike continues to push zone 1 bullshit steps for healthy people, he's not doing anyone any favors. This is not doing anything to promote fitness. It's in fact doing the opposite. If I listened to Mike and started doing what he did, my fitness would go down.
And sometimes I go on the treadmill, kick it into about 3 miles an hour on steps.
Mike, did you know this? If you go at 15%, you burn double the calories as walking on flat. And so technically speaking, walking 1.5 miles an hour on a 15% incline burns the same amount of calories as walking 3 miles per hour on a flat. And so for example, if you want to do progressive overload, you could go 3 miles per hour and go to 1%. Next week, go 2. Next week, 3. Could keep increasing it, or better still, put the incline up to 15 and go at 2 miles an hour. 2 miles an hour at 15% burns way more calories, and it's easy than walking at 3 miles per hour on a flat. And so why are we promoting mediocrity? Why are we trying to be below average? Why can't we strive to be better?
This meal is going to be another mega fit meal, this time with some ground meat, add in some whole grain bread.
Great, another microwavable meal with some slices of bread out of the package. Great, fan-frickin-tastic.
I'm gonna make this meal, sit down, eat it, and think about where I screwed up in my life to be like this, hopeless and alone and eating containerized meals.
And so Mike is speaking out to you wide open. So this is one of the things to do. It's like when Mike jokes around and says, you know, I'm on trend, and you think it's a joke. Mike is talking about how he's alone and miserable in this world. It's not a code. He's deliberately telling you how he actually feels.
Think about where I screwed up in my life.
Where did he exactly screw up to be hopeless and alone in his life? I think he did it to himself. I mean, I don't think it started with the PhD thesis. I think it perhaps started as a child, it continued to progress through his life. And it's a conscious choice, a conscious decision to be an idiot and a moron. You choose that. You want it. Rather than thinking, you know what? Maybe I'm not bigger and stronger than Mike Mentzer. Maybe I'm not smarter than almost any coach. Maybe I don't need a pro card to get validation in this world. And why do I care about bro from Bangladesh? If he could do all those things and be a normal person, perhaps he wouldn't be miserable and alone in an apartment building with white walls driving to his gym.
To watch, honestly, my favorite reruns of Justice League and Batman on Amazon Prime. It is the Twin Peaks Ingredients Protein Puffs.
And so after watching his favorite reruns of superhero shows that he watched when he was younger, Batman and Robin and what have you, he then has his cheesy puff protein
puffs
meal before bed. Mike is a 7-year-old and living as an adult.
I have a spoon in here, and I eat these like a cereal.
Yeah, it's not the eating the puffs with a spoon that makes you messed up, Mike. It's the gay jokes. It's the way you act. It's your attitude. It's the lying. All of that. Cheesy puffs with a spoon. It's not a big deal. And so if you're on Grindr, be sure to hit up Mr. Mike. Remember, he's very, very easy to please. If this diet is something that he likes, imagine how easy it is to satisfy Mr. Mike in all ways. This is what he likes. This is his life of which he chooses. Your life doesn't choose you, you choose it. And so please remember that.
I'm gonna go and shower and go to bed. If you guys want the video of me showering and then going to bed with other men.
Why does he choose to say, if you want the video of me going to shower and then going to bed with other men, why bring that up? Mike, he just says what he thinks. He doesn't have a filter. And so he actually wants to know this. He wants to know if you want to see him naked in the shower and then going to bed with other men. A normal human, a straight man at least, wouldn't think that. And certainly they wouldn't say it. And so why does he think we want to hear that? And so there you have it. I don't know what you learned from this video. I don't know what you didn't learn. I don't know what you saw and perhaps wish you hadn't saw. But hopefully you realize that your life isn't so bad. When you're ever feeling discouraged or that life is getting you down, compare yourself to people who have it worse. You know, comparison is the thief. But if you compare yourself to the correct people, you're going to realize how amazing your life is. And so if you're feeling bad, you're having a bad day, put on a Mr. Mike video and be thankful that you're not him. Oh, and FYI, if you look or think or feel like Mr. Mike or abusing steroids, go to AlgorX and get your blood work done, because they can then go over it and explain to you all the damage that you're doing and sell you a bunch of peptides and GLPs or whatever it is that you need, perhaps it's even in clomiphene or testosterone or Cialis, whatever. I don't judge. I do know that it's pharmaceutical and it's about half the price of Merrick Health, and it's all above board, 100% legal. It's not some bullshit SARM's website where people are making up whatever to make money. This is a legit service with very cheap prices, of which you can afford. Go to the site, code Greg, 10% off. If you need the cookbook, the supplements from my HDLT company, of course, it's code Greg for 15% off. Subscribe and like this video and watch at least one of those 2 bloops. And don't forget, we want to sponsor you if you're an athlete or using the supplements. Join the team. We are looking to expand. Remember, we're looking to massively expand the team. And so if you're looking to get on the best cutting edge supplement company in the world, you know where to look. Also, for coaching plans from myself and my team, be sure to hit the link. And until next time, I am out.